Hey guys, what's up? How are you? What's going on? I know I haven't been on for a little while. Saw my face. I've been sickly. As you can see, the evidence in my face. It's a fever blister I had from having a really high fever and being cold and even asthma and stuff like that. But anyway, I don't really like doing videos all the time that are not really video game related or any just topic that comes up, especially when you try to bring positive messaging, and when you do that, all you get in the comment section is negativity, trolling, and stupidity, and not people really with an open head and mind and really think about what you're trying to say or what you're expressing and what knowledge you're bringing to the table. Is just the constant stupidity. So you kind of get tired of it. So I haven't really been doing gaming stuff because of it, and just giving myself some time to breathe. But this topic came up today, and I kind of have to talk about it because it's something that I talked about in the podcast that I usually do with the fellas at the at Direct Gaming, and obviously at the DirectX at the time. I'm talking about how, as you'll see in the title, about God of War and Uncharted and even Infamous are now available through PSN, PlayStation Network. Now, I said this in one of the podcasts a while back. I explained, I said, look, they may not come out right away, day and date, but after a while they will be in there because they have to keep feeding, their service. They have to put content, and they cannot just put third party because people don't really care about only doing a service with third party only. So all I heard was, oh, you're crazy. That won't be there for like 4 years, 5 years. And or I heard them say they'll never do that. Sony doesn't do that. They preserve the PlayStation console, by always making sure that the exclusives, you have to go out and buy them because that's the only thing that gives the console value. And that's it, and things of that nature. And I've said, watch, you'll see, because that doesn't appreciate the console at all. Because you still have to pay for the service regardless. If you don't pay for it, you're not going to have access to it. And sure enough, today comes out article stating that, God of War and Uncharted 4 and Infamous will now be on PlayStation Network. And they also, I believe, made an announcement that the network was going, the service is going to be now priced at $9.99, which is a really good price, to be honest. But it also opens the door for options for people that maybe don't want to buy games at a $20, $30, $40 or $60 price point. Albeit the biggest difference is their exclusives don't go in there day and day. And that's why their numbers, when they hit them, they're really not as big as they are or should be, based off the ratio of how many consoles they're out there. Because if the PlayStation 4 is a console that has 93 million units sold, right? Not shipped, meaning that people have them in their homes in hand, then each of those big exclusives, like an Uncharted and like a God of War, should do at a minimum in sales at least 20 million sold, at least. That's 20% of the install base, at least 20 million. And they don't hit those numbers. I think God of War was 5.7. Maybe now it reached maybe 7, 8, maybe 9 because of it being given out, obviously, bundle-wise, like Uncharted was, like Spider-Man was, or even with the price drop, because you could get God of War for $20, sometimes even 15. And this happened maybe 5 months, 4 months after the initial release. You already started to see it at a drastic price drop. So it's like I tell people all the time, oh wow. It's like I tell people all the time that it's only a matter of time that you're going to see these changes, because Sony is not making as much money as they need to with the division of PlayStation. They're basically breaking even, because when they do make that money, what ends up happening is it's basically just a smaller profit, even though they're making higher numbers than what it looks like, because they have to pay whatever they're behind. So if they're in the red, like they are in their stocks, and you see it, they still have to pay people this money. So if they make 100 million in profit, 90 million of that have to go to pay people, and maybe 10 million they can keep as profit. To give you an example, but even though they put the games there, it's still not as competitive and as comprehensive as Xbox Game Pass. Because in Game Pass, the games are not streamed; they're actually on dedicated servers. So you launch the game, they load up, and those games that you launch are on those servers and run like if you had them on your console. They don't freeze. They don't have low latency problems. They don't bump map. They don't pixelate on you where, you're not getting all the textures in right away. They just basically play and run like if you ran them off the console itself natively, right? So that's the biggest difference. And also the fact that Microsoft already said that for the most part, their exclusives will stay on Game Pass. Unlike the games on PSN, for what I understand and what I've seen in the past, the games come out, they take them out. So it's a harder sell, even though the $99.99 price point is a way better price, especially from what it was before. It used to be up to $280, $290 for the whole year when it was all said and done. And slowly they kept on chopping it off because they don't see the numbers. I believe to this point they only have 700 and something thousand members on the service, and the service been out since the PS3 era, which is indicative of how not interested the community on the PlayStation, or their own PlayStation, are. They don't really care about the service. They don't. Maybe this will help, obviously, because the price change is very drastic and different and more appealing, obviously. But Game Pass has only been out maybe a year and a half, and I think they've already hit numbers close to like 10 million. So again, like I've said to you guys before, the services are for options, for people that go in that can't really buy games at a $60 price point right away. They have to basically, wait, and you still got to do that when it comes to PSN, which kind of sucks, because if they had those games day and date, then people that can't afford to get the games right away would just basically get PSN now and buy the game whenever they have the money complete in their hand to buy those, exclusives. With the Xbox, that's why Gears of War 5, in just the 2 days time span of that weekend, they basically had a big, large install base. Like, as far as people being on the game, it was 3.3 million people. And the reason for that was and is because it's there on day one. And that was just, the Ultimate Edition. That was the early releases. So you had to basically, get the game early and buy into it. You couldn't just play it. Those weren't actual official numbers from when the release date was for Street Date. You had to buy in to play it early. So regardless, those numbers were very impressive. And the game is still charting in the charts in America and in the UK. It's still in the 4 and a number 3 and a number 5 spot, which means people are buying it either way. So, I keep telling people that options is a good thing. And this is to help your company make more money and grow and be more for the fans, right? Where the fans are going to feel more protected, feel like they have a better future and more to offer to the fans through through whatever other options they have and that they're offering from their brand and their services. But I know I said this before and people said I was crazy, and I'm glad that it did that. Now this came out because now you guys see that I was right. Okay, and it's just a matter of time before you'll see Horizon Zero Dawn in there, which is the only one probably missing at this point, and also Spider-Man. Maybe that just can't go in right away because Spider-Man is licensed by Marvel, obviously, and it's a whole different scenario. So, I just wanted to touch up base on that because I know when I speak, a lot of people think I just speak to try to hate and not really because I'm trying to educate and show you guys that I've been around the block long enough to know how these things work. So I've seen it for many years with different companies. You guys, this is a good thing for you, not a bad thing. But at the same time, you got to understand the gaming industry has changed, it's evolved. It's very different now. And if Sony doesn't evolve with it, just like Microsoft has done through the years, and even Nintendo, it's only a matter of time before they're going to get into the position where they're going to be either they start or they get out, or if not, they're going to be gone. They're not going to exist anymore. Even with those high critically acclaimed praised games, that's only going to last for so long. That's not going to last forever. I mean, Sega had all the high praised critically acclaimed games back in that era, and Sega didn't end up making it because they didn't have the money. They kept hemorrhaging money. You understand? And Sony is right now kind of in that position because even their movie division is hurting and struggling. So yeah, guys, I wanted to touch base and talk about it. That I remember saying this in the podcast. I have witnesses that were there. They know, and you guys said I didn't know what I was talking about. And sure enough, here it is. It's there. The proof is in the pudding. So I'll see you guys soon. I should be doing some streams of certain games. So I'll be putting up more game context soon. Content soon. It's just like I said, I'm going through a lot. And I'm kind of like hurting right now with the passing of my good friend Merck as well. May he always rest in peace. Because it was very unexpected. And, it broke my heart. I'm still dealing with it right now. So you guys, love you very much. I hope you enjoyed my opinion and thought on the topic that came about today. And I'll see you guys soon on Xbox Live. And hit me up whenever you guys like. We're on social media. See you soon. Love you very much. Bye-bye.